This hourly segment is sponsored by Garden Sense, airing Sundays 12 noon to 1 p.m.
One station making history every day.
Chicago, Chicago.
Now, Jake Hartford.
89 WS.
Wait till you hear just this one example. He stood up on the couch, straddled my sister, that's his mom, hoisted his butt up in the air. I mean, hoisted. Okay, I can't exaggerate it. Stuck his butt in her face and farted. She did nothing. That's unbelievable.
I think you just made the start of next week's show.
Some people must have, some people have not, and they complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. Some people will work, some simply will not, but they'll complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. Like this. Society's fault, I don't have a job. Society's fault, I'm a slob. I got a whip, so no one can see it. Give me welfare, let me be me. Hey, bud, you're living in the land of the free. No one's gonna hand you opportunity. Some people must have, some never will. But they'll complain and complain and complain and complain and complain.
608.
Yeah, they'll complain and complain and complain and complain.
And this is the place to complain. 591-8900. Hour number 2 of Awake with Jake. I was just looking at the American Recovery Act. Remember that? The stimulus? It's up to $840 billion. Originally, when it was passed, it was $797. It's up to $840 billion now. And they break it down into 3 different categories. You got tax benefits, contracts, and entitlements. Now, the whole idea was, create jobs, right? For example, out of the $840 billion, you know how much was allocated for infrastructure? And that's to, and that included doing broadband around the country, federal building fund, highway construction, rural water and waste disposal account. $28 billion. That's not a lot. Out of $840 billion, $28 billion went for infrastructure. Another 25 went for energy and environment. It's renewable energy programs, defense environmental cleanup, electricity delivery and energy reliability program. And what's crazy about that is, you know how we had trouble last week with the storms here? It was taking a long time for people to get their electricity back on. Out east, they had a terrible storm around Washington, D.C. Millions of people without power. Took forever. In the Stimulus Act, the government allocated $11 billion to rebuild the infrastructure for electricity, for power. And this was back in 2009 was the stimulus, right? Out of that $11 billion, they've only spent $1 billion. Think about that. They saw a need, rebuild the power structure, the infrastructure for the power. They saw the need. They had the money, allocated the money. But what's the third thing you have to do? You got to spend it. So they saw the need, allocated $11 billion, but they only spent $1 billion. And then people are sitting for days without power because it's an old system that has to be fixed. That's mismanagement. I don't care what you call it. I call it mismanagement. Tommy in Decatur. Hey, Tommy. Tammy, you're on 89 WLS.
Morning, Jake. How are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Good. Hey, I want to know, if we can't use plastic bags, how are we supposed to pick up the dog crap?
With your hands.
I guess maybe we could make some jobs for people picking up dog crap.
There are people that do that for a living.
I know. Well, even those little dog turd picker-upper things, the bags are plastic.
Well,
So,
how do you think George Washington picked up the dog poo when he was running the country?
you probably dug a hole and shoveled the dog poo in the hole.
He dug a
You
hole.
know how they used to do in Bible days? They'd dig a hole, and
So he dug a hole next to the poop and just pushed it in?
evidently they didn't have plastic bags. I mean, how are you supposed to pick up dog poop? Because, you get in trouble if you don't pick it up now.
Well, you'll use your hands, yes.
Evidently, so...
That's what we're going to.
Probably, yeah.
Wouldn't you rather pick up dog poo with your hands than have a plastic bag kill a fish?
Probably not, no. Yeah.
So you're
I can't-
so you're going to let the fish die.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Tammy.
Have a good day.
All right, the plebiscite 591-8900. Does the fish die, or do you pick up the poo with your hands? You think I'm joking? This is what life is coming to now. Mike in Buffalo Grove. Hey, Mike.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm doing fine. First the bill was actually raised to $855 billion when it was recorrected by the CBO. There's that much in accrued interest and whatever. So they're under budget if they're only at 830.
Yeah, 840 is what it is as of this quarter.
They still have $15 billion to spend. So
they're not spending what they have.
Oh no, it pissed it away. I mean, if you look at the state of Illinois, it got, I want to say, over $3.4 billion just in the education alone. Which, again, education's not a federal thing, but yet it was pushed down to. If you do it state by state, you'll just be in awe of it. I've gone to the village of Buffalo Grove and asked them where's the $2.9 million they received, and they said, well, we didn't get it. And they said, well, who got it? And it took them over 2 weeks to figure out it was Siemens up here. They got a tax credit to do some kind of energy project. One of the few energy companies that actually got stimulus money that didn't go bankrupt.
You can go on, it's called recovery.gov.
Oh, I know, I do it all the time.
And you have, but for those who want to have some fun, go to recovery.gov, track the money, and you can find out what is being spent in your little town, what money you guys got.
Are they down below $600,000 per job yet on the overall average?
I haven't get to that part yet.
Yeah, you won't find it. You have to actually download it and do the math yourself. There's nowhere out there that gives the average cost per job. But in the state of Illinois, most jobs are running well over $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. They have on here jobs created, and it doesn't seem like a lot of jobs.
It was less than 700,000 2 quarters ago.
See, I remember back the first year there was one, they did a intersection where they put in one stop and go light. Mm-hmm. And somehow that stop and go light took the 4 days it took them to put it in, created like 98 jobs.
Well, the state of Illinois spent almost $400,000 in those making those signs saying what it was. So.
Oh yeah, those recovery signs I think were like $400 a pop.
Right, there was well over $400,000 just in Illinois alone.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Mike.
Have a good day.
You too. There's a man, recovery.gov. He knows how to live. He goes on the internet and uses the internet for what it was invented, to get information, not look up porn. Jim and Mokina. Hey, Jim, you're on 89 WLS.
Good morning, Jake. First, I want to say that I'm sorry you didn't make it to the All-Star game. I saw people were trying to vote you in.
I know. Take Jake.
Yep. I was wondering, the people that pick up the poop for a living, are those considered green jobs, or would those be brown jobs? What does brown do for you?
See, there's American ingenuity. There are companies out there now that's what they do. They go to people's homes where they have dogs and they pick up the poop.
Yeah, so look at the jobs that were created there.
The dogs are help stimulate the economy. That's what the dogs are doing. They're overstimulated. Mary Ann on the Northwest Side. Good morning.
Good morning. I remember with the Amnesty Act in 1995, that was over-appropriated as well. Well, the trick is, what I found out, is when they appropriate money through an act and they don't spend it, it doesn't go back into the general pot. It becomes mad cash for the committees. It doesn't have to be reappropriated, so then they can redirect it as they see fit.
So there's a reason why they'll have the Recovery Act. they'll allocate money to different departments, but then they won't spend it, so they get to keep it.
Yeah, that's what they recover, and they get to respend what they recover without appropriating it through Congress again. They can allocate it through committee work.
Are you suggesting that this was a shell game?
I'm suggesting that most of it is, and I'm not suggesting I know this for a fact. In the Amnesty Act in 1995, they got so much money. And I remember at that time Senator Kennedy was trying to use some of the money to bring some expatriated Russian Jews who were stuck in Italy back to the United States with some of that money through a committee. And, check it out.
Marianne, let me just say...
If they don't spend it, then it becomes something they can do, and both parties do this.
Marianne, let me just warn you, the last woman who said she knew something for a fact was the woman who said she has the best breakfast in Akron, Ohio, and the president hugged her, and she's dead.
Oh, I don't live in Akron. The president hugged me, too, but he was a community organizer then.
Yeah, he probably wasn't hungry like he is now.
I don't think he's as hungry now as he was then. But I would, look that up. It was something that I didn't know about, and I taught government and other kinds of things before about that money that doesn't have to be reappropriated. Dan Rostenkowski used that a lot to build up the Kennedy King area. When Bobby Rush and Obama clashed, there was no chance for Obama to win because they had a committee working on that money to fund the Kennedy King, rehab project, whatever they called it. So it's interesting. Follow the money, Jake.
Thank you, Marianne.
Bye.
6:18, back after this on 89 WLS.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
This is Chicago's talk leader.
Somebody's got to take a stand.
I agree with you, but you can't duck the issue.
Bring it on!
First-time caller. I'm an avid listener.
Point to the fact.
I'm not a victim. Put up or shut up. I agree.
Investing on radio. I had a comment.
What I think is causing all this recession.
In our 89th year, entertaining Chicago.
How can that be?
89 WLS.
Hi, I'm Gary Rabine, CEO of Rabine Paving America and the Rabine Group. The last 30 years has been quite a journey. This is my 32nd story. Pimples to wrinkles. Local startup to national leaders. In 1981, a pimply-faced guy, me, knocked on doors in Northern Illinois for driveways to pave. In 2011, that same guy, pimples replaced by wrinkles, still knocks on doors locally, regionally, and nationally. With a team of the brightest minds in pavement engineering, construction, and maintenance, Rabine Paving America has become one of the largest commercial paving companies in the country, featuring innovations like ultra-loud white topping and pervious pavements. In 1981, our goal was survival. In 2011, our goal to make our clients' lives easier. So when you need paving or seal coating, asphalt or concrete, call the Rabine Group, 888-RABINE-3. That's 888-RABINE-3.
Whether it's commercial paving, engineering, or roofing, call Rabine now for your free estimate and guaranteed results. That's 888-RABINE-3. Or visit them online at RabinePaving.com today.
This is David Moore, Fifth Third commercial banker. I'm away from my desk today. I'm at an airport. This terminal is a key part of our client's international operation. And as a Fifth Third banker, I come here because I'm curious to see what makes it fly as a business. Excuse me, ma'am. Because we believe bankers shouldn't just recommend products. You have to want to know how businesses work behind the scenes. Let's take a look.
Can I see your pass, sir?
Sure. Take these suitcases. They're tagged with radio frequency identification. It can significantly help increase handling accuracy. The key is to find a way to finance this equipment without it becoming obsolete. That's why we have to work from understanding. You can't just wing it, especially when you're working with a business that moves at 550 miles per hour. We're Fifth Third Bank. A curious bank.
Member FDIC, subject to credit review and approval, equal housing lender.
If your car's air conditioning isn't blowing cold air,
it isn't,
then you need an AC Pro.
Is there one around here?
Yeah, you.
Me? But I can't.
New do-it-yourself AC Pro is the 10-minute cold air solution. It's fast, easy, and saves you money. With AC Pro, you'll have cold air blowing again in just minutes. Guaranteed.
Wow, it's freezing in here, and I did it myself.
See? You are an AC Pro.
Yes, I am.
New AC Pro, the 10-minute do-it-yourself auto AC cold air solution.
Does your roof need replacing? Your house need cleaning? Or maybe you're ready to update your kitchen? Big or small, whatever your home improvement need, log on to home.servicemagic.com. ServiceMagic is a free online resource with instant access to pre-screened remodelers, maids, handymen, painters, and many other home contractors. It's easy and it's free. Just go to home.servicemagic.com. home.servicemagic.com. That's home.servicemagic.com.
Sam's Club members save every day, but June 27th through July 8th, you can save even more with $775 in instant savings on select items. At Sam's Club, discover summer's best for less. Fresh meat and produce, brand name home essentials, and more. No coupons, no rebates. The instant savings are loaded right on your card. Not a member? Join today and enjoy $775 in instant savings. Summer is better when you're in the club. Sam's Club. Join and save. See club for more details.
An ABC News update is just minutes away. 89 WLS and online at WLSAM.com.
622. Awake with Jake. Go to recovery.gov. Go for the recipient map. You can put in your own zip code. It'll tell you how much was spent on your zip code out of the $840 billion. I put in my home zip code. $65 million was spent from the recovery fund. How many jobs do you think the $65 million created? I'm going to let you think about that and guess. Well, I take this call from Peggy in Chicago. Hey, Peggy.
Hey, in listening to the show, I mean, I started out and I was listening to that guy who was talking about his wife, and he started out and was kind of happy, and then at the end of the call, I put my tea in my lemon, and it just was totally incredible. And I thought, what's going on? And I want to know where you get your information, Jake, because evidently I'm not on the right website. Well, I don't have a computer, but I can get.
Well, that's one of the drawbacks there.
Well, the news doesn't cover any of the stuff, all the juicy details and stuff that your callers come up with. I mean, I don't know any of this stuff.
We have the smartest listeners at the station.
Well, you're not exactly, your light bulb is on too. But I'm saying, it's like that you got $65 million, and like, how many jobs did it create? Yeah, how many jobs did it create?
Well, anybody can do it. Just go to recovery.gov and play around on the site. It's a fun site. There's no porn on it, but it's fun.
I think I'm going to go check this out, because and if you come up with any other interesting sites, let me know, because you and John Cass got together, and you would say this, and John would say, here's the reason I subscribe to the Tribune, because I get information from John Cass.
Yeah, the Cass plan, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, when his column's in the paper.
Yeah, well, when he comes on your show, when you're on during the day, which is probably a switch, because it's it's not the early morning show. But, I mean, it's really incredible. The two of you just sort of knocking around the ballpark, and I'm going, I didn't know that, and I didn't know that either. Well, I'm just going to have to keep listening, because your callers are going to come in with all this information, and, I'll just have a pad of paper and a pencil.
That's what I do. I inform people one person at a time. Thank you, Peggy.
Okay, bye.
I mean, you can put in, for example, I put in my town, this map comes up when you put the zip code in. It has little dots all over it. All the different streets, on the map, and you can click on the little dot, and it'll tell you what that was for. And you'd be surprised. A lot of the money was going for education. Went to the school districts. Anyway, here's a man who needs no education, our very own sports guy, Joe Rosansky.
White Sox! White Sox! Go, go, White Sox! Let's go, go, go!
Boy, that bandwagon is just speeding down the way.
You're always in their fight.
Sweeping the Texas Rangers. And Rangers are a really good team. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Jake. Hey, the White Sox won their 8th of 10 games.
Wow.
They're on a roll.
They beat the Blue Jays last night?
They did, 4-2. A.J. Pierzynski hit home run number 16. In any one of his playing years, he's only hit 18. So 3 more homers in half a season, he'll have a career year. Of course, he's going to be the free agent this year, so that seems to make sense. Jake Peavy, your namesake, finally won a game. His first win since May 26th. He pitched 7 in the third innings and had 7 strikeouts. He's done really well. He just has been hit by the Sox usually not scoring any runs. The Sox are now 9 games above 500. And they're 3 games up over Cleveland, 4.5 over Detroit. It's their 4th straight win, and it was only 91 degrees at game time.
Wow.
So the Sox not only are on a winning streak, they cooled the heat off, too. Now the Cubs almost have better news. They moved a half game out of the basement. We're now talking about your 5th place Cubs. We can no longer call them the cellar dwellers. Now it was close. The Mets scored 3 runs in the 9th off Carlos Marmol, and usually that's enough, but last night it just wasn't. Marmol, the last batter, hit a line drive right at him. He caught it and ended the game at first base with a double play.
Wow.
And Anthony Rizzo, since they brought him up, in all 10 games, he's gotten on base. He hit another 3-run homer yesterday and had 3 other hits. He had a 4-hit game.
Wow.
And Travis Wood, hey, look out for him. 4th straight win. These are the Cubs. Who could believe it? You know, I do have a bit of sad news. Another veteran of the light beer commercials, Ben Davidson, died during the week.
Wow.
Now, he was the big, tall guy with the handlebar mustache.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a lot of different beer commercials. He was in movies. He did a lot of voice work. But he won't be anymore. And if you were planning on enjoying finally seeing David Beckham play tonight at the at soccer, well, he's not going to play this time either. He's been in the league 5 years. He's played in Chicago twice. But it had something to do with him kicking a soccer ball at a fallen player from another team. So he seems to be well worth the booze when you do get to see him.
Huh.
And that's it.
Wow. Okay. Any other news you want to tell us about, Joe?
You know, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Bye. See you next week.
The Yankees won. They're in first place, too.
See you next week, Joe.
Take care, Jake.
Here come the Yankees.
Let's get behind the cheerleader. Yankees.
Sox versus Yankees to get into the World Series this year. I'm predicting right here. For the 4th time I've made that prediction this year. 6:30, time for news right now on 89 WLS.
Whether it happens in Chicago or around the globe, be the first to know about it. Text BREAKING to 68683 and get breaking news alerts. 89 WLS.
Stones. Oh, man. I was reading the Chicago's Sun-Times this morning. Very strange story about a woman was arrested by for stealing from the Naperville Rib Fest. It says in excess of $500, but less than $10,000. She's from Chicago, and it doesn't really say how she did it. It doesn't say whether she worked for the fest, didn't work for the fest, just took the money. The DuPage person who was quoted on this says the detectives are still working and they're not giving out any statements. Very strange story. The Rib Fest. Who would steal from the Rib Fest? Because they use that money, I guess, for domestic violence and stuff. It's like a big charity. Anyway, 6:37 can only mean one thing. It can mean a couple things. But today it means it's time for Dr. Bob.
Oh, help me, please, doctor, I'm damaged. There's a pain where there once was a heart. It's sleeping, it's a pain. Can't you please tear it out?
There he is, the one and only Dr. Bob. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Good morning, Jake. I have some important news, and I hope you let me share it. It's about the fact that large-breasted women get breast cancer more frequently than smaller-breasted women, and it has a lot to do with heat, and I'd like to explain to you how that happens.
I saw that story this morning. It was one of the elite stories that's being carried.
Yeah, it's important with the heat here. So put on your thinking caps here, and I'm going to lead you to how this happens. Large-breasted women tend to like to watch cable television. When cable TV goes out in the heat, large-breasted women decide to have some fun by dressing up and showing off. When you dress up to show off, you put on skimpy bikini tops. When you put on skimpy bikini tops, you get to ride around in fast convertibles with men all day long. When you ride in convertibles with fast men all day long, you get sunburn. When you get sunburn on your breasts, you get skin cancer. When you get don't get skin cancer on your breasts, listen to WLS.
How many times have I warned you not to try humor? How many times?
Did I fall short again?
How many times? You know what I have to do now, Dr. Bob? You know what I have to do? You know what I have to do? If I do it to Joe, I have to do it to you.
You're going to throw me off the air? Didn't you want to ask me about caffeine?
Yes, yeah, I wanted to, and all the people that would really need to know that, but I have to. I have to say goodbye now.
Oh, help me.
I'm sorry. I don't want to.
I'm damaged. There's a pain where there once.
Because if I don't, then Joe complains. Joe goes, hey, you did to me. Why don't you? I feel bad. Because there is a story about that today. A study come out says women with bigger breasts are more likely to get breast cancer. This was a study done. Where was the study done? It was someplace BMC Medical Genetics. All kind of technical stuff here. Could have been asking Dr. Bob about SNPs and all that stuff. Goes into your different ancestry this is a very extensive study. I don't know what you can do if you're a large-breasted woman, and there's not much you can do, I guess. Gosh, never even got into about what the public health department is saying today about don't drink, because of the heat, do not drink anything with caffeine, alcohol, or sugar drinks. I don't know. I feel bad. Here's a story that now my computer's acting up. It's like Dr. Bob is wreaking revenge on me. This is a poor story out of Philadelphia. It's a good story with a bad ending. A firefighter rescued a woman from a burning home the other day. She was in the second floor bedroom. He came in there. The woman was crying for help. He was carrying her out of the home when he selflessly gave his own air mask for her to use. He took a quick breath and then gave her the mask. It blows the smoke away because he was concerned that she wouldn't survive the dangerous smoke. And after this saving of this woman's life, rather than getting praised by his chiefs in the fire department in Philadelphia, they said what he did was stupid, and now they have an investigation into the guy. How about that, huh? There's your feel-good story of the day. How many times in a movie, you're watching the movie on TV? Did they do that in Backdraft? You know, they say here, they put the mask on the person they're helping out so they can breathe, they don't die. They shouldn't blame this fire guy. They should blame Ron Howard for doing Backdraft. By the way, Andy Griffin's still dead. This poor firefighter now. And he was just in a fire a few months ago where a couple of his fighting brethren died in a bad building fire. Yeah. God, what is going on with this country? It just it doesn't, it's crazy. You know, there used to be like set values and stuff. I mean, heroes were heroes. Now the guy would have been a hero if he let the woman die just as long as he didn't give his air mask to her. Huh? Here, you talk about mothers. This will be the first recipient for Mother's Day, for Mother of the Year. This woman was in Phoenix, in a Phoenix restaurant. She was at the Peter Piper Pizza. You know, the one over on East Bay Road? Who hasn't been there, huh? She got arrested after she allegedly gave alcohol to her young son. Officers were called to Peter Piper Pizza, where the pepperoni pizza is very good, by the way. The Peter Piper pepperoni pizza. And some people get the pickles on it, too. They get the Peter Piper pepperoni pickle pizza there in Phoenix. Anyway, some woman who couldn't just eat her Peter Piper pepperoni pizza, she couldn't just do that. She noticed this mother. She's 36 years old. She had a 2-year-old sitting at the table, and apparently what happened was the child was reaching for the pitcher of beer. And what the mother did, she said because the child had been grabbing at the pitcher of beer, she said she gave her son a splash of beer with the hopes that it would get him to stop from reaching for the pitcher. So what she did, she put some beer into the 2-year-old's sippy cup. I've never had beer out of a sippy cup. According to the witness who called the cops, the child drank from the cup after it was filled with beer, and the child then was left alone at the table. The 2-year-old eventually fell from his seat, leading the witness to believe that he may be drunk. The mother got charged with 1 count of child abuse. The child was charged with drunken chair sitting, drunken disorderly. 2-year-old's got a record now. They see in the sippy cup there was it was kind of foamy and smelled like alcohol. It's alternate parenting. It's alternate. You know, maybe not the way you do it, but they should have given the kid the pitcher. I guess 2 years is much too young to give kids beer. I'm trying to think the first time I ever had beer. One of the staff people says, "Can't you give whiskey for teething?" I don't know. I've never done that. I'm not a child abuser, sir. We never gave whiskey to our kid. Who gives whiskey to their kids? Who are you people over there? I don't know any of you in the control room. Oh, yeah, you give whiskey. Yeah, well, what a beer chaser? Man, oh, man, oh, man, oh. The baby Boilermaker. You guys are just sick. This woman's facing life imprisonment for child abuse. Well, not life imprisonment, but something. She's facing something. And the 2-year-old's hooked on the beer. They can't put milk in the sippy cup anymore. And he wants Budweiser. Actually, the kid wants an imported beer. The kid's not drinking domestic. The kid's spoiled. Yeah. He doesn't need the sippy cup. He wants it right out of the bottle. No cans for him. Well, that was the other thing we learned this week. Beer consumption in Illinois is down, but you know how many six-packs a year people in Illinois drink per person? 53 six-packs. That's right. Anybody listening to the show right now, you drink 53 six-packs of beer a year. Hard to believe. Pete on the south side. Hey, Pete, you're on 89 WLS.
Jake, I am very, very disappointed in you.
Why?
You have violated the public trust.
Why?
Because you didn't allow Dr. Bob to tell us why it's bad to drink alcohol, caffeine, and sugary drinks during this hot weather.
I know. I felt bad.
Well, what about us? We're your loyal listening audience right now, and you have let us down.
Well, here's the thing. The public health department says you shouldn't drink it. They didn't say, they said what happens if you drink it, you can dry out. I don't know why that is or whatever, but if you shouldn't drink it, you shouldn't drink it.
We need to know the reason why.
And that even goes for this 2-year-old.
And what kind of conditions?
Well, the conditions we're in today. Hot conditions, humid conditions.
What if you're in air conditioning?
Nope. You still dry you out.
Oh.
It's the policy is one fits all.
Mm-hmm.
Why had you plans to drink alcohol today, Pete?
No, just diet soda.
Well, no caffeine, no sugary drinks, and no alcohol.
Damn.
I know. I'm sorry. Don't blame me. It's the government. Bye-bye, Pete.
Bye.
Elizabeth in Chicago. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning. I just wanted to remind you that you probably haven't got much of a European education as far as taking care of children, because people start their little kids on wine and beer and everything else, but the one you told about the teething is a classic remedy for mothers who don't have any other remedy when a kid is screaming, so they rub their gums with alcohol, and that numbs them, and the kids stop crying.
So wait a minute. Because the mother can't control her child, she just plies the kid with alcohol till he passes out.
Oh, she didn't ply him with it, for crap's sake. You know, everybody gives a kid a drink of something, for heaven's sake.
I never gave my kids whiskey.
Oh, I'm telling you, all the Europeans raise their kids at the dining room table, and they get tastes of everything.
So so when your baby's crying, you just load them up with whiskey.
You're not loading them up. Don't change the subject about loading him up. You're not loading up. You're giving him a taste. And if somebody
what's a taste?
Like it,
what's the taste, Elizabeth? Whatever
it is, that's how they get to taste broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage and corn.
But you're saying give the kid give him the taste of the whiskey.
I didn't say give them a taste of the whiskey. I said you rub it on the gums to numb it so the teething the process doesn't hurt them.
And what happens? But you're rubbing it on into their gums. That means they're going to take it into their system.
Well, so what? It's going to be an infinitesimal amount.
But it's a small. But it's a small.
They are human beings.
But they're small babies.
But they're on the earth.
But they're small babies.
Oh no. You're not going to rub it on your grandfather's gums, are you?
He's dead.
Well,
Hello? Elizabeth? Hello, Elizabeth? Hello? Well, she asked me if I was going to, and I told her. Why is this my fault now? Why is this on me? She asked me a question. I gave her an answer. It was too honest an answer. Maybe I just should have said my grandfather was up in the tree. 6:51. Now my feelings are hurt. I care about the children. Don't we all care about the children? And Elizabeth, she's got smoker's voice for somebody who's only 28. And she's just plying kids with alcohol. Anyway, 6:52, back after this.
Budweiser.
In our 89th year, entertaining Chicago. This is Chicago's Talk Leader.
We just agree to disagree. Talk about inspiring.
I'm a big fan.
Great job. Stand up and debate it. Try to give you a different perspective. My friend, I think you're losing it. We're going to get more of the same. Really informative. Enough is enough is enough.
This is the year of 89 WLS.
This is an urgent message for all individuals with extremely large credit card debt. No matter how much you owe, the company that has settled more credit card debt than anyone in the U.S. can settle your debt too, while you make one low monthly program payment. You now have the opportunity to hear how low your monthly program payment could be for free. To find out how much you could save, call Freedom Debt Relief. 1-800-398-5589. 1-800-398-5589. 1-800-398-5589.
Hi, Tom Bodette. This year, Motel 6 is celebrating 50 years of helping people save more for what they're traveling for. So they baked a cake and decorated it with those candles that never go out. See what they did there? Little visual metaphor for how the light's always on. Okay, seriously, how do I put these candles out? I got stuff to do. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6. 50 years and the light's still on.
Listen, if you're considering buying hardwood flooring, don't do anything until you've written down this number and received your free Lumber Liquidators catalog.
The flooring with high quality with an unbeatable price tag.
Call in the next 10 minutes to get your free catalog.
What I bought at Lumber Liquidators is a vastly higher quality than flooring I had installed 6 years ago, and for a fraction of the cost.
So if you want great hardwood flooring at unbeatable prices, trust Lumber Liquidators. We buy direct from the mills. Call right now to get our flooring guide and catalog absolutely free. It's filled with top quality hardwood flooring, including solid hardwoods, laminates, and bamboos, and even Bellawood pre-finished flooring with a 100-year transferable warranty. The same floor Bob Vila has in his home. This free catalog is full of tips, ideas, and our flooring project list to make your buying decisions easy. Hurry, call right now to get a copy of this free guide and catalog. Call 800-853-1444 to get your free copy now. 800-853-1444. 800-853-1444.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here from Quicken Loans. Right now, Quicken Loans is proud to offer you our exclusive Yorgage, a mortgage that's custom fit for you. It's a fixed rate home loan that allows you to select a term that works best for your individual needs, anywhere from 8 to 29 years. The rate today on our 8-year fixed Yorgage is an amazing 2.875%, APR 3.5%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN. We'll help you keep more of that hard-earned money in your pocket where it belongs. Maybe that's why for the second year in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates ranked Quicken Loans highest in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination in the nation. It's really this simple. I believe there's never been a more perfect time to refinance or purchase than right now. Again, the rate today on an 8-year fixed Yorgage is an amazing 2.875%, APR 3.5%. So give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit us at QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Other restrictions may apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
If you depend on prescription opioid painkillers or heroin to get through each day, you may ask yourself, how did I get here? Withdrawal and rehab seem like scary and difficult roads, but there is a different way. I know because I was just like you and I found it at turntohelpnow.com. At turntohelpnow.com, I learned about different ways to get help, including those in a private setting without the need for daily visits. Find your courage and go to turntohelpnow.com today.
Where does Main Street meet Wall Street? Listen to Securing Your Financial Future with me, Tom Byrne, CEO of Trend Capital Managers, Sunday morning at 8.
News from across the country and around the world is moments away with an ABC News update on 89 WLS at WLSAM.com.
6:56. If anybody from the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services is listening, be on the lookout for Elizabeth. She plies children with alcohol. Art in Bridgeview. Good morning, Art. You're on 89 WLS.
Hey, good morning, Jake. It sounded like she already had started. She was already starting the argument early in the morning.
Well, I think she violated the public health instructions today not to have anything with caffeine, alcohol, or sugary drinks.
Well, maybe she's trying to make up for the downsizing in 6-packs per person a year.
53 6-packs per person.
You know what I think it is? It's the heat. It's too hot to drink. I think that's what the problem is. When it's down in the 80s, it's perfect weather for drinking cold beer.
See, I just like cold beer when it's really hot and it just kind of quenches the thirst.
But if you're outside, it kind of works against you a little bit.
Unless
you got it in a cooler with some ice water. But if you're just drinking it out of the fridge, it's not cold enough in this weather.
I put it in the freezer.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm on that website you were talking about. You know they awarded a company $3.5 million for cleaning headstones in a great cemetery.
Are you kidding?
No.
Where was this? What town?
It's in Wilmington. Well, the contractor was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it was $3 million. I think it was $700,000.
Wow. Recovery.gov. That's the website. People can see where the recovery money went.
Yeah, but you were well. She was talking about giving the kids alcohol. There's a drink. It's called a Bert and Ernie. You mix vodka, Southern Comfort, rum, Malibu rum, grenadine, pineapple juice, and orange juice. And it tastes just like Sunny Delight, that fake orange juice. You put some of that in a sippy cup, the kids will shut up real quick.
Thank you, Art. Oh, man. No, I don't... have you ever had vodka, tomato juice, and gelatin? Blood clot? Anyway, this hour is gone. We have 2 more hours to go. The president, I think, signed the transportation bill yesterday. 1 more hour to go. I forgot. I thought it was 6 o'clock. Forgive me. 8 o'clock will be Paul Bryan with Drive Chicago. Anyway, I think the president signed the transportation bill yesterday, which is really going to help jobs. I'll tell you, it actually put people out of work as of midnight. Only could the federal government, in a bill to help people, hurt people. And I'll tell you why in the next hour of Awake with Jake right here on 89 WLS.
89 WLS.